here with a layout using my May Hip kits and a gigantic photograph. It was Mother's Day and my children surprised me with a wonderful trip down to a wine farm in Stellenbosch. And what was even more wonderful about the wine farm in Stellenbosch is they have a lion sanctuary. Well, there's a lion and there's a couple of tigers and a Cape leopard and a caracal. So there's white lions and yellow lions, and oh, it was just wonderful. So we got to look at those, and of course wine farms are traditionally beautiful, and it was a stunning day, so we took photographs as well. And yep, I really liked this one, which is why I blew it up. And this is very much inspired by a layout that Kim Watson did recently in the Hip Kit Club forum and on the blog. She also had a gigantic photograph, because you see, with big photographs like this, you can use elements like I've got there at the bottom left. That's a Maggie Holmes from her chipboard sheet, and it's this massive book. And I'm not really sure where to put it, but I think if you have a photograph which is large enough, then you can use these large elements and it doesn't feel like you're dwarfing your photograph, you know. So yeah, and I've got a couple of the tags and things that came in the Chamel kit. We got an ephemera pack, and I'm determined to use the bunny. In fact, what else do I get on? Oh, I got a hedgehog on this as well. Huh, go me. So yeah, so now it's just a case of working out where I'm going to put stuff, and I've got that Laugh Out Loud, which came from the exclusive die cuts that we got in the kits designed by Hip Kit Club. And because the photograph has a lot of red flowers in it, I feel I need to bring out the red as well, which is why I'm using that tag. And I've got Laugh Out Loud, Good Vibes, that's kind of my title. I could have my title being My Happy Place as well down there on the left hand side, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. Multi-part title, as we know, I love doing those kind of things. And the reason why I put the My Happy Place on that book was that book said something with flowers, and I thought that was just a little too much, you know. You can see there are flowers, and then to have the book with a flower title, that's just overkill. And as you see, I got the bunny on. Yay! It's such a cute bunny. In fact, she has some super cute creatures in her collection, the Chamel. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use some of them. I will be open and honest about that, but we're gonna try. And now I'm feeling that I need to bring in a little bit of color, so that's why I got that. That's a sheet of Chamels as well, so I mean, it's all working out so very nicely, because of course, well, number one, the kit's always coordinated so beautifully for you, but number two, you're using elements from the same collection. So yeah, makes sense that it's going to work. And I've got that little banner with crosses at the top, which is why I then bring in some crosses from that Maggie Holmes chipboard sheet that you can see there. And yeah, I mean, you can see what I'm doing. So let's go back to the day. It was absolutely lovely, and they had booked. Did I tell you there was a wine tasting? Well, it's a wine farm, so there was a wine tasting as well. So not only did we get to see the lions and the tigers and the leopards, and they were feeding them very dead-looking chickens. They had this. They had this enclosure with a whole bunch of bunnies, and at first I thought, oh, please don't fling over some bunnies for these cats. But no, they were chickens. So it was all fine. Except for the poor chickens. But it's the circle of life. People have to eat. Animals have to eat. And they're all rescued cats, big cats from places, generally canned hunting, which is a disgusting, deplorable thing. So yeah, so I am a big advocate of these kinds of sanctuaries, and I will support them totally, because I think it's a fantastic thing to do. And this way you get to see them, and they seemed perfectly happy. I must say, they did not look scrawny, they did not look unhappy, they were very well looked after, so very happy looking cats. And yeah, so that was that. But then we decided we were hungry, because it was around about lunchtime, and we didn't have any bookings at the at the venue itself, so we had to kind of do a Google search to try and find somewhere that we could eat, and you know, bearing in mind this is Mother's Day, but then we found this wonderful little bistro and had a lovely lunch too. So all in all, it was a lovely, lovely day. And what have I done? Well, I put a whole bunch of stuff on the left, and I've got stuff up top there, and I've got that XOXO down the bottom right, because you could see I tried a couple of things there and I just didn't like them, so I decided that XOXO worked. And you will see in the stills that I have actually sewn on this as well. I sewed the bottom strip of chamois paper and the other piece of chamois paper that's on top of my photograph. I sewed those, and I did sew my cluster with bunny. So there's a bit of sewing going on there, and now I'm popping in that gold heart on the left hand side because I feel I need gold in 3 places. And oh, and then I'm putting on some of those little wood veneer hearts that we got. But it's not actually wood veneer because they're quite thin. So I'm not entirely sure what kind of. Ah, there's my hedgehog. And he's stuck down so well I couldn't get him off, so he stayed there. I'm not quite sure what material these are made out of. Probably very thin plywood, maybe? No, I'm just showing my ignorance, aren't I? Anyway, they're lovely and thin. There we go. So I've got those going on, and now I'm going to pop a few other elements around. I get some stuff on the banner at the top there, and then I went and I showed it to my daughter, the one smiling on the left hand side there, and she said that it felt too empty at the top, you know, in the top left there, and I knew in my heart there was something not quite right. And so you will see in the stills that I have added some, and I have even journaled on this page. Yeah, I know, don't normally do that, but yeah, it's great. And I don't think it overpowers anything because I've got my large photograph, so my photograph is the center of attention on this page, and I've got a whole bunch of stuff around it too, so it's all good. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and yeah, if you want to see how it turned out, you can always pause it, and well, yeah, come and join us in the Facebook forum. We have a lovely time there, and we'd love to meet you. So yeah, pop a comment if you have one. Otherwise, thumbs ups are always appreciated, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye now.